freelance work is growing at a rate of 15% per year. We are in the fourth industrial revolution and the gig economy is booming. It's a period of rapid change spurred by automation, and is transforming the way we do business. Now is one of the first times disruptive technology is truly benefiting everyone at the table. Upwork, one of the leading digital platforms in the world, estimates that by 2027, there will be 86.5 million freelancers globally. The majority of the workers in the United States will be self-employed by then. That's a whole bunch of people calling the shots on work arrangements. Understanding the gig economy. Although the gig economy may lack security for some workers, it more than makes up for it in opportunities. Traditionally, the term gig was used by artists to define a performance, but the definition has expanded to include any type of short-term, independent work. Some may refer to this as a small business, while others call it a side hustle. Whatever the case, people make a full-time living in the gig economy, every day. Common types of gig workers include independent contractors, freelancers, temporary staff, part-time hires, and project-based workers. Gig apps and digital platforms are what is typically used to connect customers and gig workers. 3 types of gig economy workers. Gig economy workers can be broken down into 3 subcategories. Full-time independent. Anyone working 15 hours or more from home and getting paid for it is typically on their way to full-time independent employment. These contractors do not plan on altering their situation in the foreseeable future and are likely to have retirement plans. Part-time independent. These are contractors who regularly work a few hours a week on a part-time basis. They treat the gig as supplemental income. Many of these people are trying to break out of minimum wage, move away from traditional jobs, or start new careers. Occasional independent. Those who do independent or on-demand work sporadically, but at least once a month. One common trait is the knowledge that work is short-term. Generally, if a company wants a freelancer to be there indefinitely, they will hire them permanently. Benefits of the gig economy business model. The gig economy is altering our business interactions in a myriad of ways. Here are 7 benefits of the gig economy business model. 1. Flexible environment. The gig economy is flexible in every sense of the matter. It creates a more pliable business environment for everyone. There is no time lost on commuting or socializing in the office. Employees are ready to go the minute the clock starts. In fact, 49% of gig workers said the ability to set their own hours is the most important factor when working in the gig economy. However, because workers are in different time zones, real-time communication can be challenging. People also choose to work when they want. There is no set schedule, unless agreed upon in advance, so the expectations for where time is placed should be low. 2. Important legalities. The gig economy is changing and has been under much scrutiny for the past few years. That's because technology, like smartphones and marketplaces, has enabled an unprecedented number of full-time workers to enter the freelancing market. Anyone can Google to get started. This is both a good and bad thing for modern business models. 44% of freelancers in the gig economy use it as their primary source of income. This means there's no playing around with the money. In the past, many companies have blurred the line between employee and contractor, which can be illegal. It's running high expectations with a low payout and not exactly an ethical way of doing business. 3. Driven telecommuting. When people work from home, they're telecommuting. They are making use of the internet, email, and phone to do business. But it's so much more than just saving on gas and time. Here are a few recent stats to demonstrate why telecommuting, as a result of the gig economy, is changing how we do business. The global freelance market is expected to grow at a compound annual growth rate, CAGR, of 15% through 2026. 36% of freelancers do it as a full-time job. It is estimated that by 2028, 73% of all departments will have remote workers. Telecommuting saves time, money, and it makes people happier. Who doesn't like working in pajamas? In fact, 82% of telecommuters reported lower stress levels. 44% of freelancers say they make more than they would for a traditional employer. 80% of telecommuters report higher morale. 69% of telecommuters reported lower absenteeism. It's good stuff? 4. Batch work. The future of work is in batches. Freelancing and online platforms are redefining how jobs are actually performed. Because everything is being done on a temporary basis, there is more of a sense of urgency. Work typically has a beginning, middle, and end. There is no ongoing work with a freelancer. Most are paid for contract work on a per-project basis. This means parameters, formats, and deadlines must be clear from the get-go. 5. Greater expectations. Everyone has greater expectations these days, and consumers are driving business. Buyers want what they want, when they want it, and are unwilling to compromise. This trend in consumerism has also been a driving force in the gig economy. Smart companies find a way to leverage expectations by hiring more freelancers. This type of strategy is particularly prevalent during the holiday seasons when consumer demands skyrocket. Importance of the gig economy. There are quite a bit of perks to the gig economy. For a business owner, gig work saves money and resources. A company doesn't have to worry about providing employee benefits, like health insurance and sick leave. The paper trail is much shorter and easier to manage. Oftentimes, workers also don't require office space, training, or equipment. They are ready to work. The gig economy enables an organization to contract with experts who may be too expensive to hire full-time. From the worker's perspective, the gig economy improves their work-life balance compared to many traditional jobs. Freelancers are open to accepting new types of work that interest them and can fit around their individual schedules. You never get stuck in a full-time, boring job, nor do you have to stick to a set workday. Consumers also benefit from the freelance economy. Gig workers provide more choices and convenience for services offered. In many cases, service can be of higher quality, at a lower price. There is also more flexibility around services for consumers, as well as times and locations. If you found these tips helpful, please give us a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more content like this.